All right, Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here joined with the multi-division world champion and the current WBC cruiserweight world champion who makes his ring return December 13 at the Ace Mission Studios out in Los Angeles in a rematch against Noel Mikaelian. First and foremost, Badou, how's everything going?
Everything's great. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. The WBC ordered a rematch, right? And
Well,
I'm assuming that you hear people on social media, things like that. How do you feel about the immediate rematch, seeing the fact that you won the fight?
I mean, I thought I clearly won.
Hmm.
There's for me, there's no need for no rematch,
Hmm.
and it's not like a big money fight. It's not like you know, like McKillian is some kind of star that somebody want to see him again either. So for me, it makes no sense. But at the same time, it was close, but not that close. But I want to. I know I'm way better than him. He's not on
Hmm.
my level, so I kind of like it too. But as far as business wise, I don't like it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna win clear this time.
I know you vocalized a little bit about it. Fights tend to be close at times, and it happens, but not every close fight gets immediate rematch, right? Or
Yeah.
gets ordered in that sense. So, why do you feel like that was overall the case? Like, do you feel like overall there might have been some sort of setup between Ryan? I know there was a fight originally set up. It was kind of like a triangle theory. So, what do you think ultimately has kind of forced this to probably?
I don't know. WBC, Mauricio, and them, they are like family to me, so I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Well, no,
Uh,
not fish for
yeah.
anything bad, but just kind of trying to understand like the setup. Like, is it potentially because of the fact that, there was a Ryan fight that you originally happened to be
Yeah.
in the mix and
I
he
think
wasn't
he's even more like irrelevant. So
Mhm.
not really. He's an up and coming guy. So not really. I think it's more has to do with Don King and politics and stuff. But yeah, here we are. Let's fight. No
Mhm.
problem.
Awesome. He spoke on the fact that he only had like a little bit amount of time to prepare, which also in your case, same with you. Like you didn't have a lot
Yeah.
of time to prepare for him. You were also inactive, I think, for like 27 months. So what are you gonna bring in this fight that's gonna be completely different? Because he's saying that he's gonna have a full camp and that's why he's gonna be able to perform better.
Yeah. I mean, winners don't make excuses. He's the
Hmm.
one making excuses. I've never said nothing. What happened to me in camp and yeah, then blame it on 2.5 years off out the ring.
Hmm.
But yeah, he had I think it was 3.5 weeks, and I had 4.5 weeks, so
Hmm.
it's the same.
Yep.
So yeah, there's no excuses. If you're a professional fighter, he was preparing for another fight anyway. So
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean, I've done this many times, and I have no problem. And this time, uh, hopefully, we don't even have to go to the judges
Hmm.
for this. Uh,
You know, um, like you're in like your Bernard Hopkins kind of stage. There's only like you and Laura that's able to Manny Pacquiao like kind of be able to be a world champion at the age you are, right? The
yeah.
longevity, taking care of your body, fighting a top competition. So, you get past Noel, not looking past him, but your ultimate goal, is it to make mega fights with no names, or is it to unify with the division? There's a lot of world champions in there that, fight fans are trying to match up.
I mean, of course, I want to fight the other champions, so I want to
Mhm.
become undisputed. So, but yeah, I'm not overlooking this guy, so I don't even want to talk about no other fights. But in general, yeah, obviously this is a business, so the biggest money fight, of course. But hopefully, the biggest money fight will be the biggest, like the other champions.
Mhm.
Hopefully, unless it's a circus fight with Jake Paul or something like that. But yeah.
You kind of led me into my next segue because obviously there's the champions, right? The Legacy, the Jaya Patais, the Zerto Ramirez, right? But your name's always flirted around the Jake Paul, right? It's always been there. I know he's fighting your friend Anthony Joshua. So,
Mhm.
in context, like, do you think it was? I don't know. Like, I can't spin it any other way. He goes to you, you're gonna say it's a problem. He goes to Joshua, it's a problem. So ultimately, do you think he should have faced you in a sense, or is this a better? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to frame it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not ranked, I guess, in WBC, so you can't really fight him anyway. But yeah, with like I will beat him up worse, I believe. But AJ is so much bigger, and he would knock him out cold. So unless something happened, under the table. But I think it's a dangerous fight for Jake. But you got to give him credit though if he taking that fight.
Would it be a win and would it be an option? Like if he goes the distance with Joshua, let's say miraculously he goes 8, right? On the paper he loses, right? And stuff like that. But is that still a win? And is that something that's still marketable out there where it's like you and Jake can do it because he went to heavyweight, but that's not his real weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's no way he can go 8 rounds with AJ. If AJ's no, no way, no
Yeah.
way.
You train with AJ, right? I mean, I'm assuming because you guys are always hanging out, taking tons of pictures, and so I just assume maybe you had a couple of gym sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm signed with his management company also, but yeah, no, I seen the way he trains and everything. He had a tough loss the last fight, but that's against a big heavyweight with experience and power and speed. This is a different level, but yeah, anything can happen. It's boxing.
You know, what's really interesting, your name's been floated around with not necessarily fighting him, but just Andrew Tate. Like you and Andrew Tate. Some people were like, Andrew Tate sparring with Badou. He's getting ready. He's getting that good work. I'm assuming it's just you guys just hanging out. And if so, I mean, I know he's doing the misfit stuff. All right. So overall, like, what do you think about Andrew Tate? I know he's a former kickboxer, so he has skills, but just, him entering in that space.
Yeah, he came by the gym and trained with us one time, and yeah, I mean he has some fighting background, but yeah, boxing is a little different. But yeah, no, we didn't spar, no. But yeah, he's fighting some what you call it, misfits champion
Yeah.
or something like that. So yeah, no, he's a cool guy. But
Mhm.
yeah, I wish him all the best.
Ultimately, did he come to you with, like asking for some tips and stuff? Like because you are WC Cruiserweight World Champion of the world.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I gave him some good advice and how to train and not overtrain and yeah, give him some good pointers and stuff. And yeah, I think he fights the week after me or 2 weeks after,
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
so I might be there. Check it out.
Going back to you, I mean, ultimately, like, what is your longevity in the sport? Because, I'm assuming, like, you probably don't want to do, like, a Manny Pacquiao fight till you're, like, 46, 47. But overall, like, how many more years can the fight fans really look forward to, potentially of watching you, professionally fight?
I mean, I take one part at a time,
Hmm.
so we'll see. But I would say maybe 2 more years, maybe we'll
Hmm.
see.
Do you, do
Yeah.
you, do you feel like compared to, like, when you first started to now, like, you would be still boxing at this age? Because I'm assuming most people are like, I'm gonna get my money and retire in my 30s and then kind of cool out. So, I mean, what's your motivation to maintain this level of high competition? Because you're knocking out world champions, that's how you got the belt. You're competing against top guys. So, I mean, how do you
Yeah.
stay, I guess, at this level for so long?
I mean, you gotta live like a professional. This is your lifestyle. So for me, I don't see the age as just a number for me. So my spar partners. They all young. They all hungry. So for me, they look at McKillian. He look like he's 10 years older than me. So I don't focus on the age at all. So
Yeah.
I feel good. So yeah, no problem.
Ultimately, I know that your name's practically tied to every fighter, probably big name out there. And so I know in the past the Canelo stuff was very unrealistic because I know you put out quotes about a rehydration clause and all these type of stipulations. So is that a chapter closed? Because I know after the Crawford fight, people really are wondering like what's the next direction for him,
Yeah, I don't think that could happen. I mean.
mm,
You never know, but I don't think he want to fight at cruiserweight. So, but if it is, then why not? But like I said, I'm focusing on what's in front of me right now. After that, we'll see who's next, and hopefully it's a big fight
yeah.
because
La-
I've been out of the ring for 2.5 years, and then fighting this guy, which he's not a elite fighter, and it's no really no big money fights either. So
mhm.
yeah, I'm looking to get back on top. to the big fights.
Awesome. Lastly, I know this is gonna I'm essentially the broken record because you've kind of answered it a million times, but just doing my job. David Benavidez is the WBC champion at light heavyweight. He's entertained the idea of maybe even going cruiserweight at a point. Is that name considered a big name in the sport of boxing for you, just as a mega fight? Um, and in the category of your part of your career, does the David Benavidez fit that description or not sure yet?
Yeah, of course. He's a huge name. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's a good fighter. I'm a fan of him. I when I moved up to light heavyweight, his manager, what's his name? A promoter,
Samson, Luke Brooks?
Samson. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said we owe you for life because he wasn't even. I don't think he was in the top five,
Hmm.
but yeah, he got the shot when I moved up, and they said they're always thankful for me because then he became champion, uh, because I think it was a couple of guys ahead of him.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I like the way he fights, and yeah, he's a big name for sure.
When you see him, from the kid that he was at the time, because he was just a kid around the
Yeah.
area, I mean, you were the big man on campus fighting unification fights, fighting on big cards. So seeing now that he's headlining, essentially kind of like what you were doing, like he's leading
Yeah.
the stat card of all the young prospects coming up or all the young champions. So ultimately, do you see that progression that he will probably be the next big American star, when it comes to like his crowd and his audience. Do you see that?
For sure, for sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a very talented, very good, exciting fighter, and yeah, he's a beast. So yeah, I wish him all the best.
You think he gets the job done against Anthony Yard?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, look, perfect. Look, I really appreciate you spending a lot of time. And, I know this rematch is unwanted in your end, but I know that this is an opportunity for you to shut the doubters, the haters, or even, the naysayers for you to defend your title and move on to the things that you want. So, December 13th, Ace Mission Studios. This will be on Integrated Sports Media. Also, I think it's $1 for every pay-per-view. It benefits the Champion Mental Health Foundation out there. So, what do you want to tell the fight fans out there that tuning in on December 13th?
I mean, stay tuned. Tune in. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm gonna shut his mouth. So no problem. See you soon.